Okay. Now torque under running condition. Let the rotor is at standstill, and we have per phase induced EMF is E2, reactance X2, and resistance R2. Then under running condition, we have to multiply these parameters with slip. Resistance ला नाही, पण E2 आणि X2 ला आपल्याला slip ने multiply करायचं. So let us consider the rotor EMF per phase E2 dash is equal to S times A E2. Rotor reactance per phase X2 dash is equal to S times X2. The formula for impedance, rotor current, and rotor power factor. Note one thing, we represent these parameters while running by giving dash on the head of these terms, by giving a dash. So E2 dash, X2 dash, Z2 dash, I2 dash, and cos phi 2 dash. Okay, so their respective relation equations we have derived. So also multiply by X2. In this expression, we have to multiply slip to the voltage E2 and reactance X2. Then we will consider a single phase from the three phase. So E2 dash is equal to SE2, current will be I2 dash, resistance R2, and reactance is X2. So here also the impedance triangle we can replace by this. So R2 on the denominator, base side, adjacent side A62, and hypotenuse Z2 dash. So this will be the angle phi 2 dash. Okay, so while running, we have the torque equation TR proportional to E2 dash, I2 dash, and cos phi 2 dash. Therefore, E2 dash will be proportional to flux because it will be responsible for producing flux. I2 dash cos phi 2 dash. So we can now put the equations, relations from the above expression. So here put all the relations, simplify that relations, exclude proportionality sign by taking a constant K, and again replacing flux by E2. So this is the torque equation while running. या सगळ्या व्हॅल्यूज इथे टाकल्या की त्याला सिम्प्लिफाय करा. न्यूमरेटरला काय असेल phi f e2 r2, डिनॉमिनेटरला रूट कॅन्सल होईल r2 स्क्वेअर प्लस s x2 ब्रॅकेट्स, राईट. प्रोपोर्शनॅलिटी साइन काढलं तर इथे कॉन्स्टंट k आला आणि परत phi ची व्हॅल्यू e2 ने रिप्लेस केली, म्हणजेच e2 becomes e2 square. So this is what the torque under running condition. So here again the supply voltage is constant, so we can exclude the supply voltage and the relation will be like this. Taking another constant K2, and it may be seen that the running torque is directly proportional to slip. So if slip increases, the motor speed decreases and torque will increase, and directly proportional to square of the supply voltage, E2 square. Again, by putting the constant, K1 is 3 by 2 pi ns, where ns is the synchronous speed in RPS, revolution per second. So by putting it here, so we'll have the final equation. Oh, this is for starting. Here already upon derive starting torque la S is equal to 1. So this will be the final expression while running. 3 by 2 pi ns S E2 square R2 by J2 dash square. So this expression can be asked for 4 to 5 marks. Derive an expression for the torque in 3-phase mode. फक्त टॉर्क म्हटलं असेल तर हे रनिंग कंडिशनचं एक्सप्रेशन डिराइव्ह करायचं आहे. रनिंग कंडिशन म्हटलं असेल तर तरी हेच म्हणजे त्याचं नाव तेच आहे. फक्त टॉर्क दिलं असेल तर रनिंग कंडिशनचं डिराइव्ह करायचे आणि स्टार्टिंग म्हटलं असेल तर स्टार्टिंग टॉर्कचं रिलेशन डिराइव्ह करायचं. And the last thing is condition for maximum running torque. So similarly, we have derived condition for maximum starting torque. Now we'll derive it for maximum running torque. So we'll consider the same expression. So in order to find the value of rotor resistance that gives maximum torque under running condition, so differentiate above expression with respect to slip and equate result to 0. So look at this thing. Take the derivative of above expression with respect to s. So again we have to apply u by 0 and equate that is equal to 0. So observe this expression. We applied u by v rule for differentiation. Simplify after taking derivative. Simplify that expression. So when we simplify up to final term, so we'll get R2 is equal to S times X2. So we'll get the condition for maximum running torque. What is this condition? R2 is equal to S into X2. So just observe how the simplification is done here. Keeping K2 as a constant, then taking derivative of numerator, denominator constant, minus taking derivative of denominator, numerator constant, and divide by V2 square. That means denominator square. So when we simplify, take this term to the right side, so it becomes 0. 0 multiplied by that term, it will be 0. Then square, this minus sign becomes equal. Then 2s x2 square, this is 2s x2 square. This s r2 take to this side, r2 will get cancelled. So in bracket we'll have only r2 square plus x2 f square x2 square. Here it will be a square. If you observe, there will be some print mistake or whatever. I took it from book directly. So r2 square is equal to a square x2 square. So we'll take this sign, this to the. So let me connect charger. So just observe this expression, how it comes. That final expression R2 is equal to S into X2. This is the relation for maximum running torque. Okay, so we got the condition for maximum running torque. Previously, for starting torque, we have only R2 is equal to X2. Here, R2 is equal to S times X2. So observe this. Now we denote the torque. We'll replace the expression for torque with Tm, that is maximum torque, by putting above condition. So when we put R2 is equal to X2 in the above expression, so we'll get the maximum torque formula. By rearranging all the terms, we'll get Tm proportional to 1/2 1 by 2 times X2. So this is what the maximum torque expression. म्हणजे याच्यात अजून एक आपल्याला मिळालं टॉर्क इक्वेशन मिळालं maximum torque. We derive condition for maximum running torque, and by putting that condition again in the torque equation, we can derive the expression for maximum torque. So Tm is proportional to 1 by 2 times X2, and the slip corresponds to the maximum torque will be F is equal to R2 by X2. याच एक्सप्रेशन वरून S जर काढला आपण काय रिअरेंज केलं याला R2 डिवाइड बाय X2, and we can replace this slip by Sm. Suffix M for maximum slip, right? So by putting the value of slip in the above expression, we can also get the maximum torque Tm. So this is the final expression for the maximum torque by putting the value of R2 is equal to Sx2 or putting S is equal to R2 by X2. So from the above expression, we have some points to conclude. So first point, it says the value of rotor resistance does not alter the value of maximum torque, but only the value of slip at which it occurs. The meaning of this sentence is that the rotor resistance doesn't depends on the expression for maximum torque, but it will change the slip at which the maximum torque occurs. R2 कुठे इफेक्ट करतोय, स्लिपला इफेक्ट करतोय. डायरेक्ट मॅक्झिमम टॉर्कच्या एक्सप्रेशन मध्ये नाही R2, बरोबर, पण तो स्लिपवर इफेक्ट करतोय वेअर द मॅक्झिमम टॉर्क ऑकर्स. The maximum torque varies inversely as the standstill reactance, therefore it should be kept as small as possible. Look at this. अजून एक एक्सप्रेशन मिळालं आपल्याला की तिथं रिएक्टन्स आपल्याला कमी करायचं, because this reactance is inversely proportional to the maximum torque, right? So we can keep the reactance as small as possible so that we have to increase the resistance. The maximum torque varies directly to the square of the applied voltage. So here the applied voltage E2 square. आता इथं जे आपण कॉन्स्टंट घेतला होता हा व्होल्टेज कॉन्स्टंट म्हटलं होतं म्हणून इथं E2 प्रेझेंट नाही. E2 square इथं प्रेझेंट आहे इथं पण, right? It is present. We kept it constant, so that's why it is not present. It is not shown here, but E2 is present. So it is proportional to applied voltage square. And to obtain the maximum torque at at starting, so we have to put slip is equal to 1. So rotor resistance must be made equal to the rotor reactance. So that's what you already seen in the previous topic. So these are some observations from the the condition for maximum running torque. So hope you understood the different torque equations as we have studied it now. So if you have any query, you can ask. torque equation, the running torque equation. One point is that full load torque. आता full load torque एखाद्या न्यूमेरिकल मध्ये म्हटलं असेल की calculate the full load torque. So don't be confused. Full load torque is nothing but the slip corresponds to the value of full load slip, and then the equation represent the full load torque. Right? If the slip corresponds to the value of full load slip, then the equation represent the full load. तेच एक्सप्रेशन आहे जे आपण टॉर्क साठी टॉर्क इक्वेशन म्हणून डिराइव केलेलं आहे आपण एक्सप्रेशन, त्या इक्वेशन मध्ये स्लिप आहे, बरोबर. आणि त्या स्लिपची व्हॅल्यू न्यूमेरिकल मध्ये दिली असेल की फुल लोड स्लिप इज, त्याची व्हॅल्यू दिली असेल 0.03 किंवा 0.04 व्हॉटएव्हर. द स्लिप करस्पॉन्ड्स टू द फुल लोड स्लिप, तर त्या स्लिपची तिथं व्हॅल्यू टाकली की ते टॉर्कचं इक्वेशन म्हणजेच फुल लोड टॉर्क. Right? So that we'll see at the time of taking numericals on torque equation.